Welcome to Docsy. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use your debt payoff tracker. So let's get right into it. So the first tab is the instruction tab. You don't have to do anything in this tab. This tab is basically here to show you the cells which you can edit or the cells in which you can enter information. So the red cells are the ones in which you can basically enter information, or the cells which you can edit. Also, you can see that throughout this tab, there are different notes. So if you move your cursor over certain cells or different tables, you'll see that there are these notes. And these notes are basically here to show you what that particular cell or table does or is about. So if you move your cursor over, let's say currency symbol, you can see that it says enter your currency. So if you ever feel lost or confused while working in your actual sheet, you can come back to this tab, or you can, refer to this YouTube video or the instruction PDF that you will receive with this sheet. So let's move on to your actual debt payoff tracker. So this is your debt payoff tracker. As you can see, your top left, there is current month, there is starting month, currency symbol, method, and your extra monthly payment. So current month is basically the ongoing month, whatever month that is going on when you are watching this video or when you're using this sheet. The starting month is basically the month in which you have started tracking your debt. So it can be basically, let's say it is, October 2024. So below that, there is currency symbol. You can enter whatever currency symbol that you want to enter. It can be GBP, it can be Euro, it can be CAD, it can be USD. It can be whatever you want it to be. Below that, there are methods. You can choose from Snowball, you can choose from Avalanche, you can choose Avalanche, or you can choose your custom method. So in that Snowball method, what you do is you target your smallest debt first, and then you roll on the payment to your next smallest debt, and you kind of create this snowball effect. When you use that Avalanche method, you basically target the debt with the highest interest rate first, and by doing that, you basically save the most amount of money on interest payments. So if you have debts with high interest rates, then you should go with the debt Avalanche method. In custom method, you basically target the debts in the order that you arrange them in this debt information table. So let's say, here, for example, you have input credit card 1 in the first row. So you basically target this debt first and so on. Your extra monthly payments, it depends, it's optional. If you have, if you can save up extra payment like each month, extra money each month, you can enter that amount here. It can be whatever it is. It can be $500, $100. Or if it's nothing, then you can simply leave it blank. It depends on, individual's situation. Below in this information, this is where you enter your debt name. You can enter your balance, minimum payment, interest rate, and credit limit. So if your credit card has credit limit, obviously all of them has, so you can enter the credit limit here. So what you do is basically just, let's say student loan, you add your balance, then you add the minimum payment for that particular debt. Let's use $280, and whatever the interest rate is for that particular debt. So it's simple. You can add up to 40 debts. I mean, that's, I would say, more than, if you have more than 40 debts, then that's another problem, to be honest. Like that's a serious problem. If you have more than 40 debts, that's a serious problem. But yeah, to your right, you can see there is overview. So you can see basically overall progress of paying off all the debts. So this is your overall progress. Below that, you can see, your debt payoff balance for each month, and how it reduces over time. So it was like 78K, then it's 77, 75, 74, and so on. So you will get a breakdown of your overall debt balance, over the months. Here in the amounts column, you can basically, so let's say for a certain month, you have some extra money that you have saved up and you want to kind of contribute to that, your debt payoff. So let's say in the month of like Jan, you have some extra $500. You can simply input here, and you're basically contributing that money to your paying off your debt. So that way it will affect payment of your, this debt, and as it affects this debt, it will affect all the debts. So if you ever save up money for some month, and if you have some extra, money saved up, you can simply enter the amount, and it'll affect your debt payoff. For each debt, you have a detailed summary at the top. So let's say for your personal loan. So here you can see there is your current debt, So that which is remaining right now, their interest owed, since it had no credit limit, so there is no credit utilization rate. So minimum payment, whatever the amount that you're paying off, like, each month, then there is interest rate, and there is initial debt that it was, like whatever the initial debt of personal loan it was in the very beginning. Below that, you're able to see a breakdown, like payment wise, the interest wise, and your balance wise. So let's say for the first month, it was like the month that you started tracking your debt. For that month, it was 1290.21, the interest that month and the payment that month, and so on. You get a breakdown till that debt is paid off. Also, the months that have been passed by will be blurred, and like basically, you'll be able to see the months that are left, and the months that have been paid off are basically blurred. At the very top, you'll able to see your overall summary. So at the top, you can see there is debt-free debt. So this is basically the debt-free date of all the debt. So this is where you'll be completely debt-free. On April 2028, all your debts will be paid off, and you have no debts in that month. So this will show your total debt remaining. This will show your total interest that is, to be paid. This is your total monthly payment as of right now across all the debts. And this is your total months left to pay off all the debts. Below that, again, this will show off your overall payoff progress, which is at 44% right now. Below that, you will see number of debts that have been paid off and number of debts that are still remaining to pay off. To its right, you will see, your debt payoff, like breakdown, like across all the debts. So you can see the student loan, it is like basically 31% of all the debts, and there is medical debt, there is vehicle loan, there is personal loan. So this will help you see how your basically breakdown of all the debts, and it will give you a clear idea of which your biggest debt is and how your debts are distributed. To its right, you can see how your debt payoff progress will be. It's basically a chart of your debt payoff progress. So how it will reduce over time, and by Jan 2028, it will be completely, you'll pay off all the debts and you'll be debt free, and that'll be, you'll be debt free, and that'll be awesome for you. But anyways, I hope this helps you a lot, and it helps you pay off all your debts, and I hope you achieve your debt-free debt as soon as possible. Anyways, that was it for this video. Thank you. Thank you for watching it. And I really, really hope that, it helps you, because I just want you to be stress-free and less overwhelmed, and, more calm and in control of your finances. But anyways, if you feel any problem, if you come across any problem, or if you have any issues, you can simply contact me on Etsy. It's all good. I'll text you as soon as possible. Yeah. Thank you for watching this video.